Hi, welcome to PhD, Pursuing Higher Dimensions. If we're to believe Dolores Cannon, Earth is a school. We got chosen to be here. There was actually competition, and believe it or not, we wanted to be here to have this experience. Okay, so for good or bad, here we are. We are pursuing a higher dimension, getting our PhD in life through experiences. Fortunately, lots of people can also learn through other people's experiences. Not saying don't have experiences of your own, because that is really necessary and important. But sometimes maybe it could save you from a little bit of pain. So I have started this channel. I had a podcast with the same name, and I will be getting back to the podcast. But right now I'm starting with videos because I need to be able to share the information that I've learned on my healing journey. I will expand on it more and later, as I have so far 600 videos planned out. Excited to share. But essentially, I had a motor vehicle accident in 1997, and I was bedridden for the majority of 10 years and told I'd never walk again. I went through a lot, and I've still been going through a lot, as it is the 26th and a half year, going on 27 years since the accident, with nerve damage, chronic pain, and several other things going on. But in that process, I went from a New Jersey EMT on a diet of Parliament Lights and Diet Pepsi to I need to have a shot of pomegranate juice every day for my blood. I have 3 Brazil nuts because that's 900% of the RDA for vitamin A, or selenium. Right? Very different lens that I view life through. But I knew shortly after the accident, and my life was completely destroyed and ruined. It was never going to resemble anything that it ever was, which included pre-med and paramedic school. It was never going to be those things. But I knew as a teacher, always been a teacher, after school programs, you name it, that when I began this journey, that I had to learn as much as I possibly could, because it was my responsibility to share this information, because I knew if it was beneficial to me, that it would be beneficial to somebody else out in the world. And this was before YouTube and email, okay? Going on 27 years. So over the last 16 years, while I had experiences and practices in the first 10, it wasn't until one turning point after 10 years of working with an Ayurvedic practitioner, which is an ancient Indian, Eastern Indian holistic medicine, lifestyle, way of being, that since that point is when I got woke to a different realm, to spirituality, to food as medicine. I've had the great opportunity of not only working with Ayurvedic practitioners, some of them even kind of famous. I don't know if maybe you know Dr. Vasant Lad. I had sessions with him. He was also my teacher. And we'll discuss that later on. But my practice of integrative medicine, between what the doctors, the physicians were offering and what I was learning and how I applied it to my life, changed my life drastically. I have on this crown that I made for my 40th birthday. They didn't think I'd make it to 40, let alone 50. And here I am in my 50s. And not for nothing, but if you want to know about not damaging your hair and eating healthy, okay, in the beginning I wasn't eating healthy, but once I switched, this is my natural hair color. I haven't colored my hair in 16 years and I'm in my 50s. Okay? There's a lot of wisdom here and a lot of wisdom to be shared through experiences myself of personal experiences of different types of different modalities for healing, different types of practices, herbal, energy work, acupuncture, acupressure, marma, bastis. The list could go on, and there's going to be words that you may not be familiar with. And that's okay, because that's why I'm here. 2024 is scaring the heck out of me. But it's not. It is, I'm going to say it's startling me to action, to making videos, to sharing with everybody what it is that I've learned on this journey. I've met some incredible people. I've befriended a movie director, a rocket scientist, a knight, a shaman, several shamans actually, but one that I still chat with. And I've learned a lot from them. And if it wasn't for my accident, I wouldn't have been brought to this opportunity of begging for health and constantly seeking, because then I would have been complacent and settled in. That's not what my life is about. My life is about challenge. Lots of medical conditions, lots of pain, lots of healing, trauma. Yeah, so that I could learn this stuff and share it. And here we are sitting at 2024 when there are so many issues that are going on in the world. There's a mass exodus from the public school system, right? People are bringing their children in. They're starting to grow gardens. 2020 was pivotal for all of us, okay, for the whole world, and opened up new perspectives, possibilities, questions, rise of our issues. Now here we are with so much going on. But I also follow enough, shall I say, gurus, teachers, and not necessarily even like, like Sadhguru or Deepak Chopra or Dr. Lad, but Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, Matthias DeStefano, Victor Oda. What do they have to say? What information are they sharing that is beneficial to us, so that we can begin to heal ourselves, so that we can heal the planet, and so that we can help heal humanity? Because I did not work my bottom off for all this time just to get to the point of like, yeah, I want to start living. And getting all excited about it, and then having everything taken away and the rug pulled out from underneath of me. Okay, granted, the good news is that I can run. Okay, I really can't, but I'm saying before I couldn't get out of bed, right? So at least this way, I could flee, not necessarily run. But beyond that, I want a good life. Don't you want a good life? I know you do. And if you have children or nieces, nephews, your friends' kids, us, the elders, disabled, vets, we just want to have a good life. Dang it. So, I'm going to show up for you. I'll dress up in costumes because that's the kind of teacher I am. Oh yeah, take a good hard look. High school art teacher. While I wasn't, you know that I can resonate. Gone through incredible trials, from complex regional pain syndrome to herniated discs to you name it. The plethora of conditions, okay? And we're going to dig into different things so that you can say, okay, I cannot afford a practitioner for $150 an hour. Well, guess what? I'm going to help you with some of that. I am an Ayurvedic practitioner and a holistic nutritionist. What food should I eat? Let's talk about it. Food is medicine. How can you use spices at home? Did you know? I was laughing. I've written a book on the healing properties of spices, etc. And we'll get to it. But There are spices that you can even take for malaria. And I was like, well, that's a good thing because Bill Gates and his, robotic mosquitoes, we're going to need all the help we can get. How can you use your spices, your herbs, your essential oils? How can you use your foods? How can you take table scraps or food scraps that you would normally throw away or compost and make that into medicine or make it into something else? How can you get the most bang for your buck, especially with the prices going up the way they are on everything, shrinkflation, etc.? How can we find ways to survive that aren't going to break us, but make us stronger because we're empowered with knowledge? That's why Aunt Jen is here, PhD. Okay? Because we're going to learn. And you're going to take these skills and this knowledge and apply it to your own life to find ways to help make it better. And while one solution does not work for the masses, if there are massive solutions, I'm sure you'll find one. I'm sure you'll find a lot more. There's a lot coming up. I have visual aids like you couldn't even imagine. I've invented lots of games. I have posters and workbooks. I'm not saying you have to buy it. I'm saying you can. We will have links for that below when I'm ready for it. But for right now, we're going to use those as our teaching aids. So if you're a visual learner, rejoice that we're about to have some esoteric knowledge bomb drops with visuals so that you can truly understand the knowledge. Doesn't matter what I really know. It matters what you want to know, and it matters what you digest. Because it's how it's going to change your life. You have to digest it. I'm going to make it easier for you. I'm really excited for this journey, and I'm looking forward to what life brings us and what this channel brings us. But we are all here together to get a PhD in our lives and an A, okay? An A on our P. I'll accept B. But we're going to kick booty. Pursuing higher dimensions so that we can rise above and create the heaven on earth that we all want. Because not for nothing, I know we signed up on our soul contracts that we were going to experience this. But as a conscious human being on this earth, did you sign up for this? I say I didn't. But on the other hand, we're being called to rise. You're here now for a reason, for a purpose. You chose to be here. You were accepted. You bought the ticket, man. So you could get the Earth ride. You could come to Earth University. This is what you wanted to learn. Don't be mad at me. I've been to hell and back, okay? I understand. And honestly, I know my situation. I've heard so much worse from other people in the healing journey in this process. I once saw a quote. What was his name? Baby Champ. He does scraper bikes out in California. And he said, grateful for what I have and grateful for what I never got. And so taking that as a perspective of still grateful, because in the end, a lot of lessons came out of that. The whole life experience. And that's for all of us. So here, we're going to share with one another so that we can expand our knowledge base. We can also know that we're not alone. We're a tribe. We're united. And we're going to help one another get through. Because we didn't come here to sit in the back of the classroom, write notes to our friends. If you're here because you want to pursue a higher dimension, you're in the front row with me, taking notes, planning study group. I'm really glad to have you here. I hope to do well. Have a good day. Shine your light.